welcome to Capital City Underground.
I'm JC John.
And I'm Joy Carey.
Coming up on today's show, we have an awesome feature for you on an up-and-coming rap artist from right here in Lincoln.
And our reporter Bee DeBose spent some time practicing her sword fighting skills by learning about kendo from the experts.
We have such an exciting show for you, so let's get started.
How about the fact that humans may set foot on Mars in 20 years? NASA scientists announced Monday that they believe there is liquid water on the planet that could support life. Sean Langan, a laboratory manager for UNL's astronomy department, says the prospect of a Mars landing is exciting. However, he says there is concern about whether spending the resources to send people to Mars would be worth it. A new celebrity joined Twitter this week, but he's probably not going to get any favorites from the U.S. government. CIA whistleblower Edward Snowden emerged on Twitter Tuesday with his first tweet reading, "Can you hear me now?" By 3 p.m., Snowden's account had more than 500,000 followers. Snowden became internationally famous in 2013 after leaking classified U.S. documents to the world.
Now, our reporter Bailey Neal has more information for you about Chancellor Harvey Perlman's very last State of the University address.
People are going to want to know what his assessment is of what has been accomplished over those 15 years and what the direction is and what the prospects are for the university.
The name Harvey Perlman is synonymous with the university itself. He was named Chancellor on April 1st, 2001, and although his leadership began on April Fool's Day, his work on this campus has been no joke.
I think there are three things that really stand out in my mind as being very important contributions to the future of this university. The first is moving us from the Big 12 to the Big 10. Another important contribution is the Nebraska Innovation Campus, and he has guided us through some pretty difficult times physically.
Students will fondly remember him for his humor and YouTube videos called Pearls of Knowledge.
Time to study. YOLO.
No, that's not how it works.
You should apply for scholarships. YOLO.
No, that's still not right. It's like, hey, I'm going to skip class and get a tattoo. YOLO.
You say it before you're going to do something dumb. This phrase is stupid.
Law enforcement officials say the deputy who shot an 18-year-old near the Nebraska state capitol last week followed protocol. Lancaster County Sheriff Terry Wagner said an internal investigation found that Tariq Artis pointed a loaded .45 caliber handgun at the deputy after he fled from a traffic stop. Officials say Artis was not injured with life-threatening injuries.
Lincoln police have arrested 5 California teenagers in an ATM fraud scheme. Pinnacle Bank staffers discovered electronic devices recording bank card numbers and PIN information on 3 of its ATMs. Authorities say forgers typically use the numbers to steal card information and create new cards from the accounts. Police arrested 2 boys who had returned to remove the devices. Cell phone information led the police to the other 3 teens.
Nebraska will celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with an event at the Capitol building next week. The Nebraska Latino American Commission is hosting the 9th annual Heritage Commemoration on October 9th. This year's keynote speaker is Anita Gonzalez, the daughter of the boxer, poet, and political activist Corky Gonzalez. Governor Pete Ricketts and Mayor Chris Beitler will also speak at the event.
The University Health Center is providing flu shots for free to UNL students this week. The shots are covered by student fees and will be available during walk-in times listed on the Health Center's website or by appointment. Flu shots will be available on both City and East campuses.
The man cured of Ebola in Omaha just over a year ago is back volunteering in Liberia. In September of 2014, Dr. Rick Sacra was released from the Nebraska Medical Center after contracting the deadly virus while delivering babies in a Christian Mission hospital. He spent 3 weeks in Omaha being treated and was one of the first Americans to be cured of the disease.
Coming up after the break is our Spotlight segment on an up-and-coming rap artist from right here in Lincoln. Stay with us.
Stop right there. You wouldn't let a guy like this into your home, so why bring in dangerous chemicals that can be hazardous to your health and the environment?
Products and materials like pesticides, ammonia, gasoline, and other chemicals are commonly found in homes across Lancaster County, and all are potentially dangerous for you, your family, and the world around you.
Each year, over 60,000 pounds of chemicals just like these are picked up by Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department. However, countless amounts of these chemicals still remain in many of the thousands of homes across Lancaster County.
These chemicals can give you dangerous health effects, such as eye and respiratory damage and organ and reproduction damage. If you have unused chemicals in your home, don't just pour them down the drain. That can cause harmful chemicals to get into your drinking water, meaning you have the chance to ingest those chemicals. But the best way to keep these harmful chemicals from hurting yourself or your family is to keep them out of the house. Don't buy in bulk, but buy only what you know you'll need. That reduces the risk of having excess chemicals that could be put back into the environment in a way that harms you and those around you. Finally, consider shopping for less toxic alternatives.
For tips on how to keep these harmful chemicals out of your home, including proper disposal techniques and cheap do-it-yourself alternatives, visit lincoln.ne.gov, keyword household. You'll be glad you did.
This message brought to you by the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department.
With the Capital City Underground Weather Team, Cody, Audra, and Jake update Lincoln with your latest weather information. From the storms to the studio, let's take a look at this week's forecast.
Good evening, Lincoln. Let's take a look at your current weather forecast here in the capital city. 70 degrees right now, partly cloudy. Winds are out of the northeast at about 15 to 20 miles per hour, so it's a little gusty out there. We'll go ahead and take a look at our current weather satellite here. Clouds across the western part of the state. Right over in here, there are higher clouds. We can see that the high cirrus clouds are moving out of the Lincoln area. The clouds have pushed through after our showers this morning, and it looks to be clearing off after that rain. We'll go ahead and look at our forecast for tonight. A low of 44 degrees, mostly clear. That should keep our temperatures pretty average for fall. The winds will still be out of the northeast about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so not quite as breezy as it has been today. If we look at tomorrow, our forecast of high at 67 degrees, sunny, great fall day. It looks to be amazing. Winds out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour here, so much like tonight, tomorrow should be a great day. We'll go ahead and look at our game day forecast. The game is not here in Lincoln this week. Instead, it's in Champaign, Illinois. So if you're heading to Illinois for that game, a high of 60 right about kickoff. Should be nice. Might want to take a jacket. Mostly sunny. Winds will be out of the northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Nice and gusty. We'll see how that impacts the game. If you're going to be in Champaign and you're going to tailgate, 9 a.m., 51 degrees, 58 by noon, 60 at 3 o'clock. Our kickoff is at 2:30. So we'll be looking for that. And 54 by 6 p.m. The game will be kind of winding down around then. We'll see how it is after the game. Hopefully Huskers win, and it'll be great to celebrate down in Champaign. We'll go ahead and take a look at our 7-day forecast here in Lincoln. Wednesday, high of 67, a low of 43. Kind of stays the same throughout Thursday, and then we head into Friday and Saturday. 61 for a high on Friday. There is a chance of rain over Friday night and Saturday morning after that cold front goes through. We'll see how that impacts our weekend here. Not too different from the temperatures in Champaign. On Sunday, though, we are looking at a high of 61 degrees, and Monday, as we start our work week next week, a high of 68 degrees. For Capital City Weather Underground, I'm Audra Moore. Back to you at the desk.
Hey guys, it's Drew. You're back for another week with On the Spot. We're outside of Knoll, and we're going to see if these kids really know what's going on with sports. What is Kendo?
I have no idea.
Kendo. I have no idea.
Kendo? I could not tell you, honestly.
Kendo? I don't know. What is Kindle? Kindle?
Isn't it like a form of like martial arts?
What sport was recently removed from the 2016 Olympics?
I would have to say, I do not know. I do not know.
I could not tell you, to be completely honest.
Is it like curling?
Ice skating, I don't know.
Wrestling? What activity was recognized as a sport?
Hopefully dance, I don't know.
Hockey, I don't know. Chess. Badminton was added, but I'm pretty sure it's been around for a while.
From big time to little known, Sports are happening all across Nebraska's campus all the time. An inside look at what our Huskers are doing happening right now.
Kendo is a unique Japanese martial art that comes from ancient samurai culture, and it's been a part of our university since 1972. For students like Marsh Lemon, it's a life-changing activity.
I started Kendo my freshman year, and I just kind of heard about it, and then kind of sent an email out and just showed up to class. And since then, it's been a really positive influence on my life. Like I've gotten over a lot of like shyness and just being scared to do things. I practice out on the green space a lot, sort of as a challenge to myself that I could practice in front of a lot of other people and not really worry about if they thought I was silly.
Using 4 bamboo sticks bound by leather, students can learn the proper Kendo etiquette for UNL credit.
Well, Kendo is based on striking correctly 4 different points, and those points are the top of the head, which is called the men. You can thrust to the throat, which is called the tsuki, and the top of the wrist is called the kote, and the chest protector you can strike there, which is called the do. So those are the 4 points that you can hit in Kendo.
In pop culture, Kendo inspired lightsaber fight scenes, but to the Kendo club here at UNL, it inspires confidence and spirit.
So it's definitely helped like boost my courage on things, and I try to apply like positive values of being honest with people, because I feel like I try to be honest in my sword fighting.
My favorite thing about Kendo is the spirit level, and you can come away from the worst day that you've had, come down here and all that stays outside of the dojo. You can have a good practice with your friends. You can expend a lot of energy, and at the end of that practice, you've forgotten anything that's bad throughout the day. I think it's really built your spirit.
It's just a way for me to kind of live my life well.
Here with Capital City Underground, I'm Brienne DeBose.
This week in Nebraska athletics, the softball team is hosting teams from around the country during their Big Red Fall Classic. Games will be played Friday and Saturday at Bolin Stadium. Swimming has its first meet this Saturday against Arkansas at the Devaney Sports Center, and the women's golf Chip and Club Invitational will take place on Monday. And don't forget, your Husker football team starts Big Ten play this weekend as they take on the Fighting Illini in Illinois at 2:30 on Saturday.
After the break, we'll have a report about the career fair that's taking place this week. Stay with us.
Whoa there, it looks like you have too many prescriptions in that cabinet. I'll bet a lot of those are unused or expired. You might not think about it, but those are dangerous to have around the house. Every year, 70,000 children under the age of 18 go to the emergency room for accidental prescription drug poisoning. And kids aren't the only ones who can find unused medication around the house. Not only that, 3 in 5 teens say prescription painkillers are easy to find in parents' or grandparents' medicine cabinets. So it's important to safely store your medications. Keep your prescriptions up to date and store them out of reach of children. When you're finished using a prescription or it's past the expiration date, it must be disposed of properly. Whoa, no, don't flush them. Improper disposal of these prescriptions through the toilet can harm the environment. Here's how. Once they're flushed, the medications then enter the sewer system. From there, it can leak out into the soil, potentially harming the plant and animal life that lives on it. The sewer system can also transport these contaminants into lakes and rivers, without knowing how they affect our environment. The water you flush goes through a water treatment facility, but those facilities are not required to remove pharmaceutical waste. So by flushing your medications, you may be putting the entire water system at risk. Improper disposal of medications can potentially harm others, including your friendly neighbors. So what can you do to reduce the risk of leftover medications in your home? Check your medicine cabinet for unused or expired prescriptions and find a collection site. Visit leftovermeds.com to search for one near you, or call 1-800-222-1222 for assistance.
For this week's Spotlight segment, Capital City Underground's Erica Nett met with Hakeem, a 20-year-old Lincoln man aspiring to make it big in the rap industry.
I just want to be identified as that person that always kept it real and kept it true to himself. Like, he never had to switch up or do anything different just to make it. I wanted to always be that person that stuck by his word, always a man of his word. I like that. I want to always be the man of my word.
First things first, I run rap in the state that I'm in. I'm making statements that break relations with most of my friends, but oh well, I just gotta let them know the real is here, and I can kill off every one of you if you bring them here.
Hakeem's my middle name, so just went with that and ran with it. Born and raised in Lincoln, Nebraska. I come from a big family of 9 total, 7 of us, brothers and sisters. Yeah, big family all my life. Parents just recently divorced, so it's kind of going through a hard patch in my life, but, you know, it's only going to make me a better person, so it's just kind of what I'm dealing with right now. For those that don't know me, I'm a pretty...
And now we're going to send it back up to Audra for a last weather update. First, before that, we're going to take a look at our...
Underground. We have the cultural happenings going on right now, and this week the university is hosting the Career Fair. The Career Fair is going to be on East Campus, Main Campus, and at the Pinnacle Bank Arena. The Career Fair is for all students. They do it twice a year in both the fall and the spring, and throughout the year they also do other workshops to help students who need help with resumes, cover letters, and even their LinkedIn profiles. Today we have senior Liz Euling with us, and she's a Kasner and a communications major, and she has a couple things to talk to us about with the Career Fair. So Liz, this is the first year that they're hosting it at the Pinnacle Bank Arena. Do you think that's going to make an improvement on how many students are going to be attending these?
I would say absolutely. The biggest thing about moving it to Pinnacle Bank is that you're going to have more room for more employers, which means that there's going to be more interest among a larger body of students. And so I think just in general, that's what we're really looking forward to.
That's great. And then my other question is, what do the students get from this? What all can they get from a career fair other than just meeting employers?
Absolutely. They definitely get the opportunities to find internships, careers. There's a lot that leads up prior to these events. There's certain workshops that you go to that you can review your resume, your LinkedIn, all that fun stuff. So I think as far as networking goes, you get to network with employers, and then you also get to leave the career fair with many job opportunities too.
Well, thanks so much for visiting with us. We really appreciate it. Now we're going to head back to the studio and we're going to see a live performance from Hakeem.
Digging on your curves and your lips so soft. I wanna ride them hard like my brakes don't pause. I wanna swipe you good 3 times and dip like the fox. Never find me on the map. Proud singles get crossed. I never drop the ball on that. When our lovers on the call, I can see my demons when I do my walking down the halls. Ain't no parachute because I'm infinite inside the fall. You just can't be scared. I remember who was there. I remember who supported and the ones that didn't care. I remember talking to you late at night when I'm in fair. Told me not to stress about it, just be patient cause it's there. Yeah, you got it, boy, you got it. No, you'll make it anywhere. Who gon' stop you? You've been working, they can't say it isn't fair. Dark night inside my city with my backs inside the land. When they need me like the sky, got this fire I should share. Sparking heads like 84, now talking Michael Jackson's head. Circle getting smaller on that Ross diet, eating pants. Don't forget I'll fade you up. I am in college doing hair. And I hate my day job cause my mind is never there. Yeah. Did you forget? Did you forget? Yeah, did you forget? Everybody left your side, I'm the one that never did. Did you forget? forget? Yeah, did you forget? I'm the best you ever had, but that don't matter, watch me win, yeah. And now they see me coming up. They wanna shake my hand, now they wanna show me love. They claiming they was down, but I know they never was. I ain't stupid, no relation, so don't even call me bro. What's up? Thinking back on all the talks I had with Eddie. He was plotting on the spot to serve some fish and some spaghetti. Restaurant by the lake, so you could go and fill your belly. We was dreaming on it all, still crazy that you left me. Yeah, rest in peace, young homie. Realest to this day, you took the time to really know me. Now I'm stuck living day to day amongst the phonies. Man, I miss you, my brother. It's like Shaq leaving Kobe, yeah. But we had a good run. Now it's time to kill the game. I'm trying to blow by 21. Getting better by the second. Hold my gun to anyone. Pull the trigger in the flash. Let my lyrics push you up. You ain't tough. This is tough. It's that new. Yeah, it does. Ain't no luck around here. All this work will be enough. And you ain't seen enough. You just smoke that weed a bunch. Lack of motivation. Trying to be like me, but you a bluff. What? Huh? These girls looking for a cup from a real man, but they think it's all about their butt. I look into her eyes and she don't know about that love, but she thinks that she will find it from a man inside the club. What? I hope that you will find it one day. But how you did me on that day, I pray it's too late. And yes, I'm holding grudges, but I'm free from all the hate. But you showed me ones like you, all the ones I shouldn't say. Talking to my mom, made a promise to her grave. She gon' see the sunshine, so she sees the brighter days. That's one inside, working hours like a slave, like the ones that's outside back in 1838, yeah. We don't forget. We don't forget. Nah, we don't forget. We came a long ways from the cotton and the whips.
I definitely think his performance was very personal. I got to be there with Hakeem in the studio, and just what he said about keeping it real, I think that's really true. Like, he said all those things from his heart. So that's all we have for you this week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joy Carey.
I'm JC John, and we'll see you next week.